Everyone knows what a golden retriever or a lab says about their human. But what about the breeds that don't make the usual list? The underdogs, the oddballs, the deeply misunderstood, wildly specific breeds that are low-key mirrors for some of the most unique personalities out there. If your dog isn't mainstream, your personality probably isn't either. And that's exactly what makes you special. This episode is for the bold, the mysterious, the glamorously lazy, and the low-key genius types. Let's see what your not-so-basic dog says about you. No bark, no problem. Picture this. You walk into a room with your Basenji, and boom, instant calm. No barking, no chaos, just a silent duo surveying the scene. Ever notice how you and your dog both have that mysterious, I know something you don't vibe? You're not the type to shout for attention. Why bother when a single, well-timed comment can turn heads? Isn't it more fun to let everyone wonder what you're thinking? You and your Basenji are the ultimate strategists, watching, waiting, and only jumping in when it really matters. Who needs to be the center of attention when you can be the mastermind in the background? Deep down, you've got a running inner monologue that could rival a Netflix drama. Ever catch yourself narrating your own life while your Basenji just gives you that knowing look? And let's be honest, small talk? Ugh, you'd rather watch paint dry. If someone starts rambling about the weather, you and your Basenji are already plotting your escape route. Minimalist style? Absolutely. You like things clean, sharp, and drama-free. High standards? Of course. You're not just picky, you're a connoisseur of good company and clever comebacks. And when it's time to leave a party, you and your Basenji are gone before anyone even notices. Ninja-level exits every time. Your life motto? Silence is powerful, and so am I. Let's be honest, if you have an Afghan Hound, you're either a literal model or, at the very least, you strut through life like you're on a runway. Ever catch your reflection and think, wow, I could be in a perfume ad right now? That's the Afghan Hound effect. You don't just enter a room, you make an entrance. Accessories? Please, you invented accessorizing. Isn't it fun being the main character in your own period drama, even if it's just at the grocery store? And let's be real, when you and your Afghan Hound step out, you expect heads to turn. Who wouldn't want a little applause for their aesthetic genius? But here's the twist, beneath all that glam, you've got layers. You feel things deeply, notice the little details, and sometimes, just sometimes, a forgotten birthday hits you right in the feels. Admit it, you've teared up at a sunset, a song, or maybe even a really good hair day. Who says drama can't be heartfelt? You walk like the wind, and your dog, a majestic feather duster with high standards. If your dog is a Basset Hound, you've likely been described as unshakable, low-key, hilarious, but let's be real. Have you ever met anyone who can out-chill you? You're the type who turns a lazy Sunday into an art form. Picture this. Snacks in hand, soft lighting, your Basset by your side. Does life get any better? You don't rush, you savor. Why sprint when you can stroll and still get there in style? And silence? For you it's not awkward, it's golden. You and your Basset can sit in a room, say nothing, and somehow it feels like the best conversation you've had all week. But don't let that calm fool anyone. You're the quiet observer, the one who drops a truth bomb in the group chat just when chaos hits its peak. Ever notice how your advice lands right when everyone needs it most? Sure, you'd rather be napping, who wouldn't? But when duty calls, you rise, eventually, and handle business with a slow-motion flair that's honestly impressive. You might take your time, but hey, isn't life about enjoying the journey? You always get it done, just on your own schedule. And if anyone thinks you're boring, they clearly haven't seen your reaction when someone eats your fries without asking. You own a Maltese? Say less. Let's be real. Why settle for ordinary when you can have a life that feels like a 5-star spa day every day? Is there anything better than sipping the perfect cup of tea, your Maltese curled up beside you and the scent of a fancy candle in the air? Didn't think so. You're the friend who's always prepared, the one who has a color-coded closet and probably a label maker on speed dial. Sensitive? Absolutely. Sweet? Of course. But let's be honest, organization is your love language, and yes, your dog's wardrobe is just as organized as yours. Admit it, you've got matching outfits for every occasion. You don't need much, but you do need the vibe to be right. You're the master of the gentle no, the champion of boundaries, always polite, but never a pushover. And when someone needs a shoulder to cry on, you're there, tissues and all, ready with just the right words, and maybe a little guilt trip for good measure. Some people call you extra, but you call it living your best, most curated life. Why settle for less when you can have comfort and style? Your dog doesn't go outside in the rain, and frankly, neither do you. Whippet people are chill. But wait, Are you really just a professional lounger? Or is there a secret sprinter hiding beneath those cozy sweatpants? Most days you're the king or queen of comfort, savoring the peace and quiet, living your best loungewear life. You could win gold in the doing nothing Olympics, reading, meditating, or just chilling with your Whippet, both of you in perfect harmony. But then, bam, out of nowhere you're up, heart racing, ready to dash into action. Maybe it's a wild new hobby, a quirky side project, or a sudden urge to rearrange your entire living room at 2 a.m. Who knows? When inspiration strikes, you're unstoppable. And let's be honest, who else is down for a spontaneous road trip at the drop of a hat? You and your Whippet, that's who. You're the introvert everyone underestimates, quiet, adaptable, and let's face it, a master of surprise comebacks. Ever feel like people just don't notice you because you're not the loudest in the room? Classic Whippet energy, but that's your secret weapon. Because when the moment's right, you explode into action, leaving everyone else wondering, where did that come from? You and your dog both need naps, zoomies, and yeah, blanket burritos in equal measure. You're calm, private, and you totally radiate an energy that says, don't test me. But let's be real. Are you handing out hugs to just anyone? Nope. Shar owners are like VIP bouncers at the club of affection. If you make the cut, you're in for life. But if not, sorry, no entry. You're allergic to nonsense and have a built-in radar for drama. One whiff and you're out of there. And let's talk about your vibe. Ever notice how you can say more with a single, peaceful glance than most people can with a whole speech? It's almost poetic the way you command a room just by being still, opening up. Ha! That's not on the menu for just anyone. You're like a locked diary with a secret code. Only the truly worthy get a peek inside. But when you do let someone in, it's not just a friendship, it's a soul-level connection. You're deep, you're loyal, and you don't do anything halfway. Who needs drama when you've got real, lasting bonds? And let's be honest, while everyone else is busy talking, you're already 5 steps ahead, quietly plotting your next move. Who says you need to be loud to be brilliant? Sure, people might mistake your stillness for being aloof, but isn't it more fun to keep them guessing? You're just scoping out the scene, waiting to see who's actually worth your time and energy. Why waste it on just anyone? Your dog's wrinkles match your resting, I'm not impressed face, and both of you are harder to read than a doctor's handwriting. Cattle dog people are built for movement, challenges. Let's be real, when was the last time you sat still for more than 5 minutes? You're the type who treats every day like an obstacle course, chasing productivity like it's a runaway sheep. High functioning? Absolutely. Tactical? Always. If your Google Calendar had a heartbeat, it would probably outpace yours. You don't just go with the flow, you set the current. Vibes? Please. You're all about objectives and you hit them with laser precision. But here's the twist. Beneath that go-go-go energy, you're fiercely loyal and deeply connected to your people. You know how to hustle, but you never forget who you're hustling for. Admit it. You're the friend who always has snacks, jumper cables, and a backup plan for every adventure. Who else is going to save the day if things go sideways? You and your dog? Neither of you ever stop moving. It's like you're both powered by the world's strongest cup of coffee. Unless there's a squirrel outside, then all bets are off. So shout out to the oddballs, the quiet kings, the minimalist icons, and the secretly feral couch dwellers. If your dog showed up in this episode, congrats, you're built different. But now I want to hear from you. What breed should I cover in episode 5? Got a dramatic diva pup, a misunderstood powerhouse, a couch loaf with emotional depth? Drop your requests in the comments, I'm taking notes. And if your dog still hasn't been featured, just know, I see you. Hit that subscribe button, hug your one-of-a-kind weirdo, and remember, there's no such thing as a normal dog person, only legendary ones.